To my future partner,
That's not hot.
to my future boyfriend or girlfriend, I'm sorry for the possibility of you getting in my bed. The possibility of maybe the idea of the both of us might save me from whatever cruel joke the world decided to play on me. The possibility of maybe I could be a better me, only because of you. To my future partner, I have to warn you, before you hold my hand, please do not be alarmed when my hands start to shake. Please do not be alarmed when my hands get sweaty and my heart starts beating louder than ever and tears start streaming down my face. Please do not be mistaken. That isn't the cause of butterflies in my stomach. It might just be my anxiety hugging me close, telling me to flee while I still can. This isn't a poem about how to take care of me. I don't need taking care of. However, I would say that this is a poem for you to read when I've become too difficult for you to read, or too stubborn, or too emotional, or too nonchalant. If you're looking for someone to fill the emptiness in your throat, I'm not going to. If you're looking for someone to drive over to your place at 3 in the morning just to get drunk, I wouldn't do it. I'm not the kind of girl that would get up early just to make you breakfast after a night spent in your arms, but I'll continue to lie beside you in bed as we watch a Saturday fly across the table like a bottle of maple syrup. To my future partner, I wish you could turn your back on me before I fall in too deep. Because I'm convinced I'm not ready to love you the way you might love me. The past several times I said I love you to my past boyfriend or girlfriend, I would say I said it out of lust, out of comfort, out of satisfaction. Did I actually mean them? Maybe, but most definitely not in the end. I'm convinced that when the clock strikes 3 in the morning and I'm lying in my cold bed hugging every piece of fabric that's been laid out around me, I would say I wouldn't have anybody around me, but I might have you. I'm convinced that when it's time to take my 12 p.m. medication, your face doesn't come around in my mind, it's my own face and how sad it is for you to be with somebody like me. To my future boyfriend or girlfriend, I'm sorry, but I don't think I'm able to love anything before I love myself. And you might be the cause of my laughter after every panic attack, or you might be the person that shields my face and ears from a tight elevator room, or the thunders and lightnings that I always fear for my life. But you wouldn't be the reason why I got better. And I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. I will not thank you for saving me. I will not thank you for wiping the tears from my face. I will not thank you for loving me unconditionally, but I might say thank you for taking your socks off before you get into my bed. To my future boyfriend or girlfriend, I'm sorry if you find yourself falling in love with a broken bowl like me. And I'm sorry if ever you find me saying I love you, because I'm not sure if I would mean it, or I meant to say it only because you make me happy. And I'm selfish enough to not want you to, go. To my future partner, you're amazing, but you can do so much better without me. But this is not a poem for me to break your heart. At least it wouldn't be that poem just yet. Thank you. My second poem is a very, very, very old one that I actually wrote for my band. This one is called Resurface. It was like I was fighting to resurface, but faces were so tight in a suitcase that were meant to leave traces of a place that were thought could never be replaced. Now I reached out for your hand, but you kissed me away like I was another stranger. But all I wanted was to save you from the mess you created in your head. I wanted to be a savior, but I needed my own kind of saving, and I thought it could have been you, when it should have been you. And with every second I swallowed the chlorine water you left behind for me, I wished you would drown with me. I wished you would drown with me, that perhaps you would hurt a little less if I held your hand and waited if it could ever resurface. And all the people would crowd around us, and all they did was look down on us as we drowned. And all the people would whisper encouragements, but shout for us to stop demanding for attention. But they don't understand. They all don't understand. They all don't understand that we're drowning. Oh honey, we're actually drowning. Do you hear me a little better with my lips on your shoulder? Do you see me a little clearer with your eyes red from the water? Do you feel the way I do, or must I hold your hand more closely to my descending, beating heart? I still wipe your tears away underwater, and I kiss you to make it better, but I can't take away the fact that we're drowning, and to them, we're merely drowning, but to me, you're something I couldn't bear to let go of. Tell me I'm overreacting, for all I see is you fighting to resurface as you threw me out of the pool, and all I could do was stand and watch as my beloved drowns before my eyes, and all I could do was watch as my beloved drowns before my eyes. Now 2 years went by and nobody even remembers your name anymore. They cried at your funeral 2 hours before they get hammered at the store. Now 2 years went by and I wish I was the one that drowned in your place. But I guess I'll never understand why you would switch places with me to save me when all I could think of was to be in your place instead. And I guess I'll always try to resurface from the flood you infected me with. I'll resurface and I'll resurface until the day I get to see your face again. Thank you. Okay, this is my last poem before I give it to Marc to take over. This is actually a very, very recent poem, and it's something that I've never read before, and it's very, very, very close to my heart. But it's inspired by somebody that I know. So this one is called She. You were inside of me, but inside was all you could be because I wasn't able to grasp onto reality. My reality is shallow as it could be, as shallow as how I am a mere nobody, but nobody could feel you as much as I could see the life I took away from you before you were even given the power to be whatever I could never be. I'm sorry you had to be here when I wasn't ready. I don't know when I'll ever be ready to hold somebody as precious as my own baby in my arms, in my fragile arms. But not being ready is just another excuse to justify my ability to choose when you weren't even given the ability to bruise just yet. Before I was gifted with a life inside of me, I'd be damned before I could ever commit murder of my own. Murder of my own blood, murder of yet another rising from the mud of where our beliefs were supposed to lie. Funny how beliefs weren't the first thing I could think of when I signed for you to be taken away from me. Funny how beliefs weren't the first thing I could think of with my dress on the floor and I was on my knees. Well, now I am on my knees, but I am begging for you to forgive. This isn't how anybody should live, living with the guilt of not being able to carry my own. I could understand when they told me I wasn't ready to carry my own. It seemed like they were sorry my body was too weak, but honey, don't you get it? I am sorry that I wasn't fit to bring you into this world, a world that doesn't deserve to ruin you the way it did me. But who am I to constantly make the decisions for you when the decision was already made for you to be taken away from me? And I'm sorry that the only role I get to play in your life is the role of somebody that held your knife against the skin that was supposed to be your home, because you weren't big enough to have a throne. I am not concerned with the ignorant views from the world. It's because of them that I am here. To them, I am the ignorant. It's like no matter what I've done, it's always going to be wrong. I am always making the wrong decisions. I am always in the wrong place at the wrong time. And unfortunately, you took after me when you came at me at the wrong time, just like how I did with my own mother. But who am I to point fingers? The fingers are all pointing to me now. I was wrong to think that this would be the best possible decision. I was wrong to think that I would ever be able to live with this. And maybe I'm wrong to think that a child like me could never take care of a child like you. But I love you, and I'd be damned if you aren't given the remembrance you deserve. Thank you. And this is Mark.
Hey, give it up for Alex, everybody! That was awesome. All right, we have Mark next. Yep. Everyone give it up for Mark!
Hi, Cynthia. Anybody who likes Never-Ending Story down here? Never-Ending Story. So, this is a poem about the little tortoise, the giant tortoise.
No, it was a video.
It's
like
glaciers.
a very long video. Are you okay?
I met a shell of a mountain who knew she was
How are
finished,
you?
claimed she grew out from a grain of
You can't even
sand.
see anything, it's so blurred.
With every year wider, she bloomed a little bit longer to the roof.
I'm trying to go macro.
With outstretched hands. She made friends with the sun and shared enemies.
I'm gonna make
with
you
no
look fat
one,
on video.
counted weeks that she should have counted days. And she would swallow handfuls of night just so she could sleep tight and turn her thoughts into her stone cold ways. And every day she would echo. With every single way she would let go, cause she had it in the sights Cupid's icy arrows so she caught everyone with a heart like it was her duty. It walked the wrong way down the one-way plan. She was surrounded by forests and rivers and beauty until that glacier froze over the land, and so she blamed herself, hated her wealth, that she was born at too young of an age, and every night she'd be touched by witches' fingers until her heart was caged. With every morning spent, not caring if she cares or not, seeping into that melted mud, waiting for the earth to rot. Burying herself, she leaves that wound that she left wide open. Empty as a very shell, that mountain was all broken. Thank you. I'll just do some poetry that I haven't done ever. It's any erotica fans down here? Okay, that's one. Honest person. I make wordplay out of foreplay and foreplay with my words when I play with you on the forehead, playing with words in my head. Stop before my arrival, which could herald my departure from your bed. I speak in tongues, or rather I speak with them, between them, among them, around them. My words slither, sliver, slide and slop, slipping out and swallow glop. I write you. Empty lines slip inside your wanting mind, where everything gets swept behind. Place and interlace words into rhymes, stitch them intertwine with your legs on the sheets, on the sofa, on my teeth. You thief of my sentence, stealing my words with your tongue. Fingernails on my jaw, line my face, collide, collude, collapse, collate against yours. Colorize, polarize, mesmerize. Your honesty is the root of my tremble, the preamble to the breath in my sighs, which speak more words than your tongue could steal. Without forming a sentence, your eyes scream, but they tell me nothing. It's just noise. My passage, a passage to your passage. Your final sentence, my final sentence. Thank you. There's a few more. Okay, maybe one more erotic. Not very erotic. It's not very erotic. Your kisses rain like fire on my skin. leaving ember trails from shoulder to neck. We're not so festive, but the idea is festering, so I brought vodka to yours. Let's pretend that we are anyway. We're killing the loneliness anyway, though I'm not sure if I'm lonelier with you or when I'm all alone. We're comparing Spotify lists, your head on my shoulder, but it still keeps burning under. We aren't meant to be this way, but we carry it and pretend that we never happened. Your scent hasn't changed, but it feels so unfamiliar. Now we're both breathing fire, dancing slow, cold lava smoldering in our throats, but we keep drinking so we won't feel so alone in this silence. We shouldn't feel this way, but it's like we almost want to, and I should be heading home. And the fire's dying out, we're falling asleep and avoiding the slightest touch. We don't want to rekindle a mistake because that's just no good in it. It was never love, but we never cared. The sex was amazing. Let's love ourselves first. I haven't met anyone who can make me love myself first, and honestly, I'm afraid if I do. Thank you. I wanted to write a new poem for this, but I couldn't find the right emotions for it. I'll do something that I did in Hong Kong. And it's something I think Alex would know, Mabel would know, Kevin would know. Yeah, you know this. You've seen me do this before. It's called Ego Terrorist. It's the title of my book. It's about drug addiction and attempting suicide and all sorts of fucked up. Okay, so here we go. Hey, hello. I sat down and pressed against the veneer that separated me from the me intrinsically. Instinctively, I wayfared the dimensions of my persona that define me distinctively. Navigating through the thoughts that keep me up all night. Asking me if I'm honest. Asking me if I'm modest. Asking me constantly if I'm trying my hardest, but I falter. I slip and spiral into an abyss that looks like a reflection of my father. I try to slip back, but I'm slipping farther. Here in this lagoon, a swirling pool of regrets and sin-stained water. It's boiling within me and my skin gets hotter. I regurgitate as I dissipate and I watch bits of my life float with my vomit on the toilet bowl water. Pushing my hands against the seat as I flush away my hopes and dreams. Now I feel nothing. And I crave nothing. It's like I'm waiting for someone beautiful to come along just to make me feel like I'm something. The lagoon bursts. It floods my head with thoughts that make things go from bad to worse. Now I'm feeling. Drowning in my perceptions of you that choke me so hard that makes me feel like I'm dreaming for someone beautiful to come along just to make me feel like I'm breathing. The flood puts its weight upon my burdens and I'm feeling a happiness as fake as the veneer on which I'm leaning. So I stand here and I press against the veneer that fails to compare to the life that I intended to live before I failed you, but mother, I failed you. I just want everything to be alright, but here I am shooting up amphetamines that should make me feel alive, but I am so dead inside. I feel so dead inside. I am so dead inside. Thank you. This is about people who like whiskey. I'm sure a lot of people like whiskey. Alcohol! It's called whiskey breath. The swirls glint like pearls, just like the way her hair curls in the wind when they hide our eyes, which don't realize the chronic demise when we fail to synthesize. It spills to me, seeping from the hollow screens that filter out my empty dreams that woke me up, crying out with unheard screams. Screams that tell me that I will never be enough. Well, I walked 4 long miles to put smiles on these days of sadness, but these 17 muscles just aren't that tough to make me forget that I will never be enough. It's meaningless, and I've been measuring my life with the lies that I've told, which tolls onto the same old souls that I hold dear to my heart like a pot of leprechaun gold. And it gets cold. Do you know that feeling? When you fold all your emotions inside, just so you can look bold and stay safe inside the societal mold. I'm defenseless when I face myself with the truth. It's just proof that I'm too much of a coward who's just wasting his youth, but it's you. It was you who was by my side and held my hands tight through the nights when I felt that nothing seemed right. Just a sip, just one big sip of your fiery elixir and you'd help me feel so much better. You're a fixer. I don't care who you are, where you're from, don't care what you're called, as long as you're whiskey. So let's drink to me, drink to sanity, drink to insanity, drink to profanity, anything to make this matinee end off somewhat happily. But we all know that that can't be, because look at me, ma, look at me. I'm just a failure of your humanity. You give birth to a failure of humanity, but I'll drink to that anyway, because drinking is just my way of coping. So here's me hoping until then all my scars are open. Okay, thank you.